Second to last stop on the Samsung Galaxy Championship Tour, coming to you from Portugal as we go into round 4, heat 4. Coffin takes on Stuart Kennedy and Jordy Smith. This is going to be another big encounter. All three of these men are very happy to go to the rail. Second and thirds get to duke out in round 5, as this is a real hollow pit for Stuart Kennedy, who will go into the track here and he'll find the exit. There's still more, and he'll just steer it clear there of that thundering end section. You see the white water almost grenading and exploding around him.
Judges actually dropped it 6.67, so it wasn't the longest barrel, but look how square that thing is. That is Mundaka to a T, one of the best left barrels in the world. Portugal making its own impression right here. So again, the judges wouldn't have went as high as an 8 or 9 had he added a couple more seconds to that barrel, but the shape of it, I mean, this is as good as it gets. Watch the technique. He's going to sit down right there on the deck of his board and drag that knee to slow down. Now he sees that wave falling in front of him, so he lets go of the brakes. Once he was about to come out, he tried to slow down, but you know, momentum is a funny thing. When you're in a barrel, sometimes if you're going too fast, there's no stopping it. You're just going to come out no matter what. So not the longest barrel for Stu, but what a great shaped barrel.
Speculation as we see Coffin now threading a medium-sized wave. He'll go to the top corner and chip it. Little line there, gravity defying. He'll lace it together, just establishing a second counting ride. Prior to that, a decimal 0.43. And now, second wave activating for Stu Kennedy. He'll go to the backhand attack here. He's picked up a medium-sized wave. Hasn't quite tubed on the bank. See him just double-checking himself as he glances over his shoulder. He'll stick with the flow of this wave through to the inside, not only to find the jet ski, but to just see if he can extract another little half a point or so from the inside reform. Stu Kennedy on that longer stretched out equipment, giving him more rail and more drive to work with, and there is that section. So smart work from Stu Kennedy through to the inside, almost to the dry sand. Well, let's have a look. The big South African will activate now. Used 12 minutes to find this wave, and that's a big lancing right there as he just blitzes that turn. Up in the corner again, little bit of a bump to deal with, and Jordy will keep it moving. Something to finish with, Jordy? Yes, he does. So wave number 1 right there for Jordy Smith. We'll get him in the mix here, considering the biggest ride we've seen is a 6.83, of course, from Stuart Kennedy. And there's that little pocket on the inside again playing into effect here. Kennedy also through to the inside. Now Jordy will go dry docking as well.
Just watch his toe side rail. Once he leans into it, right there. I mean, that is so much speed and projection down the line. So just kind of a setup carve, but really cool to watch how much kind of force he uses when he hacks into it. Just kind of safely landing that floater to finish. He wanted to finish this wave on his feet, but again, getting low to his board, and that was that tight angle there. You can really appreciate how much force he has when he pushes on that toe side rail. You know, he's a big dude, and he knows how to apply that pressure, Gigs.
Jordy will look for a number. He won't find it because priority belongs to Coffin and in a better position in the lineup. And here goes the man from Santa Barbara. Lots of speed. Top corner. He'll also hit it in a complete free fall. Now around again. Back up in that top zone. And he'll go over the white water and he'll start linking a little bit of flow here. Little thumbs up to the water patrol already to be in position for me.
You have to keep in mind that you're surfing a contest here, and you have to get a score. So I think, you know, there was a bit of a hollow section there. He could have got drained for the first maybe few seconds, but instead he said, I'm going to go to work. That first turn was pretty nice. Got a little airdrop off that pin. Second one was decent, but in general it should be a mediocre score. You know, it didn't have one real heavy weighted maneuver where the judges would have been absolutely wowed, but it's going to be better than his 4. So you know what, I want to go to town with some turns.
Kennedy will use priority and access here. Deep bottom turn, medium-sized wave. It's got a little bit of a stain on it. And now it finds its shape and form. Kennedy will just get in the lip zone. And that one is just not paid a dividend for Stu Kennedy. Jordy, this is Coffin back in rhythm here. And wow, going back to the lip line. Just interesting to note Coffin's 6.77. To get going. Let's have a look at where it went wrong here for Stu.
Well, I don't mind the look of this second turn. Just a setup carve, but watch this turn right here. Nice hook. Looked like he was in complete control gigs. He didn't really slide the tail.
The Australian is also holding priority. Inside of that, Connor Coffin will activate on a smaller runner on the bank here. He's going to go back to that backhand repertoire of maneuvers. Tight there again, and that one will just have a little bit of a fatter face, and he'll poke the nose. Jordy trying to get over the ledge here.
I tell you what, Giggs, that was brutal for Connor Coffin. Only needed a 4.10. He was right there in the mix for that. And let's see what he did here. If he was on his way to a 4. Nice little snap there, throwing some spray. Again, he knows where he is in this heat. Knows that he needs a small score, and there's that nose.
And here he goes. The big man gets a rip. Nice direction change to get the first maneuver established. Now tight around the corner. He came from deep, so there's a lot of board speed now. Wingspan open for Jordy, and he'll nail that, and he loves that.
Shockers all around.
Wow, that's a huge claim for a wave number 2.
Pete Mel doing a great job there, technical driving. So a nice snap here to open up with. Waiting for this wave to hit the soundbar. Right here, it's going to drain out and show some better shape. Beautiful right there. Buckets out the back. Nice spray. This one's even better. Sinks it right there. So that was that perfect connection where it was power. Still just got a little bit of tail release. That was right on the money. There's the first turn there. Beautiful fan of water. This one's even better though. Watch the fins release just a little bit. I love that. So, and that was all organic. Definitely like a natural tail slide.
Wow, look at these waves rolling through here. Start wondering what Commissioner Travis Logie is thinking with these conditions on hand. We've spoken about the tide shift. Of course, the amount of water still to go out of the bay here.